In this video, I'm going to show you the pen settings. I have my grip pen selected and I have the pen options selected. Here we can first of all change the tip feel. We can set it to soft or firm, and we can always try the current pressure to see how it works by clicking anywhere here on the menu. So if I click and hold down more stronger, I can see now the current pressure is on full, or if I go down, it goes down as well. So I can set this to soft, and then it will be much easier to get to the full version or firm, and then I have to really press hard on the tablet to get the full pressure. So let me just set this back to the medium option, and I can have a tilt sensitivity as well to change that from normal to high. That's also quite interesting, so you won't have to turn your pen too much to be able to get the maximum tilt in any applications that you use. You can also customize the pressure here in the customize option, which is very interesting. You can also try it here on the right. So now I'm using a default option, but let's just try to drag this curve down. If you want to be very precise, and most of the times you want to draw very thin lines, you can drag that curve down, and then as you can see I can be much more precise, and then if only I press hard, then it will go hard and bigger on the brush size. So that's quite useful to know that here you can always change the threshold and thus the sensitivity. I can always click on default to set it back. I'm going to click on cancel now, and I can also set the double click distance here. So we can always use a double click to select something, but the distance between the double clicks, you can always change it here. And then of course we can always customize the two buttons. I have it on right click and double click, these two, but we can always customize it to a keystroke, modifier, any types of click, going back and forward, or pen and scroll, and there's so many other options here which is quite useful. I would like to show you an option which I quite like to use, and that is the precision mode and also the pressure hold. Pressure hold is quite useful. So let me just first show you the precision mode, and here in precision mode we can also set the fineness of this. Let me just click on OK, and if we go to Photoshop and create a new document, here I can show you, if I zoom a bit closer and I start drawing, and if I hold down the precision mode, it will minimize the area of the screen, but I can still use the whole area of the tablet. So if I want to do something very fine detail, I can hold this down and then create the fine detail. So even without zooming in, I just hold down one of the buttons and I create very fine small details. Now let me go back to the preferences and change this option to pressure hold. So the second button, I am going to draw again, and if I want to hold the pressure, I just hold down that button, and even though I change the pressure, I still have the same pressure, and as soon as I let go the button, you can see it will switch back to the original pressure or the actual pressure that I'm using at the moment. These are really useful options, and it's worth experimenting with these, so check out the both buttons. I prefer to set this back to use the original option on it, which is a double click. So I'm just going to select double click. If you want to dive even deeper, you can also click on options, and then you find other options here as well for the pen button mode and the mouse handedness as well. Even the brightness adjustment you can set for the lights on the tablet, so you can have it very bright or less bright. And then last but not least, you have the eraser options as well, where you can do the same thing, customize the pressure sensitivity, and you can also customize the function of the eraser.